Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole yard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay.
We welcome you back to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in. We welcome you back to Paul Brown Stadium in the football as we get back into the action in the first quarter. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And they're
on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope. I think good things are in store here today for them.
At their own.
And the Browns getting set to go. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's going to net him 23 and a first.
Last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsey. 10 carries, 69 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And that didn't fool any. Tougher 3rd down looming. Prescott to throw it. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they're going jet sweep. Here's Tate. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, It was enough to get them a first down, and it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
They'll run with Lindsey, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Philip Lindsey, his second touchdown on the season, and the Browns have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Philip Lindsey touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wear down the other defense. We'll see. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. He completes this to Sutton.
7 yards the pickup there.
To Cortland Sutton. A 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
41-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. 8 catches, 103 in the yardage department.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll get this quickly out to Claypool.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Brings up 2nd and
1st carry now for David Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
He was taken down by David.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Prescott on 1st down. And this complete to Henry over the middle. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 44. With 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something I have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods.
Complete.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Gain of 12. First down, Cleveland.
Prescott from the gun. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
It's the end of the first quarter with the score Browns 7, Bengals 6.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, middle of the field, it's Robinson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Robinson.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. They'll run here with Lindsey. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. To throw is Prescott. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Number 7.
Robert Woods. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of the, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
Now Jones. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Edwards-Helaire.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
1st and 10 at the
Cousins.
28-yard line.
Completion here to Claypool.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another Bengals first down.
First down. Here's Cousins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And the Cincinnati score. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And it's up and good. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here are the Browns to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And they'll begin by running the option. Call it no gain there on the first down play. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Receiving team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these 2 clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing, Prescott. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's caught by Montgomery. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Desmond King back deep. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
On second down, Williams. And he's got a Bengals first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
For the Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10 at the...
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 3. Brings up
Cousins from the gun on third. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
Brings up second and 10.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick.
They'll take over first down.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Philip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Here's Jack Fox now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired or they get out of position or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
So a very tight 1st half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Steelers who are out in front. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a 2nd game. And that game all tied up with the visiting Green Bay Packers. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that game all square as they take on the visiting Cowboys. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong 1st half out of Dak Prescott. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the 3rd quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They're on 24-yard line.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Prescott off play action
at the 29-yard line.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Cousins now. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Now Cousins.
4.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
Complete to Damian Williams. He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter.
16. Browns 14.
It's his 3rd field goal now with the ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Play action now, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Marcus Joyner there defensively.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Allen Robinson. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, and they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Short throw to Smith, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it with Williams.
Damian Williams.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Cousins, able to hit his target, Claypool. First down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
2 yards on.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
To throw, Cousins. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Prescott from the gun. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Williams. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Browns.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Tate. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott can't get away, and he's taken down. But DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And got a man. It's Woods. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Lindsey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he finds Cook. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 1st down, Prescott. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
By Jaron Reed. A 7-yard loss.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. 4 yards, the pickup, first down.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10 at the
Cousins to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
at the 37-yard line.
Then he'll give it here to